But whatever it was, man, you went from us trying to deter police officers from acting like that and behaving that way to just throwing it all out the window.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life street Starz. You know what time it is.
All right. So January 27th, 2023, we see the body cam footage has come out of the situation in Memphis. And again, from your expertise, what do you think? What do you see happening? And what of course it's a traffic stop, but what do you see probably is done right up until a point where it goes left? Like, what are you seeing from a police standpoint of what's happening on film?
It's hard for me to, at this point, to think about anything that was right with that. Let's just talk about what was wrong.
Yeah, let's just go there.
I mean, let's just go there. I mean, the bottom line is nobody was their brother's keeper in that whole situation. Yeah. Nobody.
And for those who don't know, we break down the situation because there's some people that, like me, wasn't on the internet, they didn't see it. What was the situation? Can you spell it?
I'm not even sure why the young man got pulled over, but he was pulled over and he was pulled out of his car. And once he was pulled out of his car, it became violent, where they were trying to use pain compliance to get him to comply, put his hands behind his back so they can handcuff him and take him to jail for whatever reason. I'm not even sure why they was trying to take him to jail. The fact is, it was too hard for me to watch. I haven't even watched all the videos. It was too hard to watch. Once I saw it to a certain point, I was like, I can't watch this. This is horrible.
Let's just start right there as far as resisting arrest, where you don't comply to put your hands behind your back.
Right.
I've seen police officers take that as almost a violent threat.
Right.
And, why aren't you putting your hands behind your back?
Right.
Now I have to use force to put behind your back. But as a police officer, you're taught to use, to rectify the situation with as much force as needed to, go. But we see 5 officers.
Right.
I feel like it's excessive for one person, but I understand the need. Mace is used. Physical hands are used. Right. Like you said, you haven't seen the whole video, but can you explain what you did see? Because from what I saw I saw a man maced. Yep. I saw an officer while he was down kick him in his face.
I saw
multiple times.
I saw him being punched in the face.
I saw him while he was handcuffed.
Right.
I saw physical punches being thrown to his face where he's defenseless. Right. And I seen other officers hold him up to make sure that it's a line on physical fight. I don't know what blow killed him, me personally, but I did see the pictures that was in the hospital of the physical damage he had to him.
I've seen him, he was being hit with a baton also. I saw that too.
So I didn't see that.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw him being kicked, like soccer ball kicked in the head. Like it was crazy. And like I said, I don't understand. I'm not a member of the Memphis Police Department. You know what I mean? But I don't understand how it got to that point where they felt like they had to do all that.
So if an assailant says, if he resists arrest, and this is just, not saying you've been in a situation, but
I've been in that situation.
Okay, if he resists arrest and he won't put his hands behind his back, and he yells out something like, "Nigga, N-word, I'll kill you."
The suspect?
The suspect. I will kill you. Ooh, wait till I get up. I'll kill you. Would your mindset be like, I have to put him down, I have to call backup, and we have to...
Yeah, well, before we get to that point, I'm already going to call backup. I mean, the thing is, I'm at work. And I've learned to keep my mind in that place where I'm working. And if that person is on some drugs or something and they are having a bad day, whatever it may be, hey, I'm going to try to get you to comply with all the tactics that I have. If there's other officers involved, I personally am my brother's keeper. That means that I've had brothers that were high on wet. And I'm like, there is
unstoppable. Nothing faces them.
The thing is, and I got to thank this Hispanic guy that was at the gym. he said it because I'm like, this taser's not working. Nothing's working. And so I gave him a couple.
He's went home?
Yeah, I gave him a couple strikes trying to get him to put his hands behind his back. But it wasn't like crazy strikes. It was just like trying to get him to because the thing is, kids were coming in. So I was like, this guy's high on wet. I don't know if he's gonna hurt one of these kids. So the Hispanic guy says, nothing's gonna hurt him. You've tried everything, and it clicked. He was like, man, he's right. So what we did was, and it was citizens that helped too. Everybody got a limb. I put the handcuff on his arm, got it behind his back. Somebody handed me his other arm, got him handcuffed, hurry up and got him to the hospital. Not because we did any damage to him physically by punching him or anything like that, but I knew he was high on something to the point where this dude is super strong. He has something in his system that might kill him. So I need to get him to the hospital.
Right.
Get him to the hospital. He had all kind of stuff in his system. But we as police officers, we experienced that a lot. And you got to be very careful about how you handle that situation, because if the person dies, you are under investigation for homicide.
Yeah, no matter what.
No matter what. Now, the situation in Memphis, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. I mean, but it looked like they just were not looking out for each other, wasn't looking out for him. It just went totally unprofessional. It went straight street. That's what it seemed. Straight street.
So yeah. I'm curious, what are y'all trained to do when a suspect is not obeying, is resisting, and you get, let's say you get them on the ground, and now let's say there's 1, 2, maybe even 3 officers. What is a training? Like, is there a step process? Like, because I see Mace.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting kicked. I mean, it's like a lot going on, man. Batons are pulled out.
If nothing is, you don't, I hate using Mace because it's going to get on everybody. I don't like using it.
As we saw, the cops
they were coughing and stuff. If the taser's not working, the bottom line, everybody's going to have to do something like what I said. I mean, and that's part of training too. If someone's resisting to the point where you're just having trouble getting them in handcuffs, they had enough officers there for everybody to take a limb. You take this arm, I take that arm, you take this leg, and you just get the person under control, because you shouldn't want to kill the person or maim the person or anything like that. It wasn't anything that serious where the guy raped a child or even killed somebody or anything. I think it was just a traffic stop.
Yeah, well, we know it's a traffic.
Right.
There's a lot to that. Let me finish with this real quick.
Yeah.
They could have, when he took off running, I did see him run.
Yes. Right. And they were shooting.
Me personally? Oh, you running? I got all your information and I didn't told you put your hands behind your back. See you. I'm going to stack these charges on you. Evading, resisting, and whatever the charge was, that's all you have to do. We'll get you later. You ain't gonna outrun this pen.
Right.
It's simple. They ruined their lives and took his life over really nothing.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. That's how I feel about that. That's just me.
If you were to guess, like, what was in their mindset to even get to that point, how does it get to that point, do you think?
I think that some people get to a place where they we want to be known as the crew that you don't mess with. It's the same mentality that brothers have on the street that's doing street game. Right. You know what I mean? I want you to know that you ain't gonna disrespect me. And you're gonna know when you hear this name, it strikes fear in you to, not to mess with me.
Right.
I personally think maybe it was something like that with that group of guys. They were on some BS, but whatever it was, man, you went from us trying to deter police officers from acting like that and behaving that way to just throwing it all out the window, right, by what they did. I mean, it was like I said, it's so bad I can't even watch the whole thing.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga.